Hello and happy Saturday the 13th. Yeah, a good thing it's not Friday the 13th, right? But I don't really believe in that anyway. I think 13 is a lucky number. So I'm coming on here as usual to ask if you've taken control of your day by myself today, and that's okay because, you need a little bit of variety, right? I'll try not to bore you. Um, So I come on every day to talk about being in control, and it's harder and harder, it seems like. I shouldn't say that. It becomes more of a challenge. The way we word things kind of does affect things, doesn't it? So let me rephrase that. If you want to have positive change, you want to maintain a good life that you have, or if you want to make improvements, it takes work. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. It just means a conscious effort to have intention to improve your life, and usually has to do with money, success, or your fitness, or something. A lot of times every year people do the New Year's resolution thing, but it all starts right now. And right now means, you want to make a change, then you need to put in the work. And the work is just a conscious effort of putting in steps that you know will work to improve you. And so I always talk about the miracle morning and the Mel Robbins 5-second rule. That's why I broadcast this to the Mel Robbins 5-second rule group, because it seems to be pretty well rounded. And first thing you do when you wake up is you take control by not looking at your phone or the news or the bad dream you just had, or any sort of influence. And I know my mind goes a million miles an hour all the time. And so it's really important for me because I'm pretty sensitive to things too. So writing down what you're grateful for, and write it down because, you can just think about it if you want, whatever works. But gratitude is key, kind of makes everything go away. It's like, why am I here? And man, it comes fast for most people. And it's not just the same thing every day. You want to think about something that you're grateful for right in this moment, and it really does drive you and help you, because moods flare, existing thoughts of things, you might be bothered by something, you might be in pain. There's a lot of reasons why your mood will go south, but if you hear something that somebody else generated, that's not really fair, is it? Because we all have the freedom to orchestrate our own thoughts, right? So if you are working on yourself, you got to put in the work. And that just doesn't mean like digging a ditch or working out or whatever else. It's mental. It's mental. And daily practices, being consistent and persistent. If you're already an obsessive person, I'm pretty obsessive about things, it kind of works. But it can kind of get you into trouble too, like working out too much, or working too much, or drinking too much, or eating too much, or all of that. Obsessiveness can kind of come back to haunt you. But if you're doing things like the daily practices of reaching out to people and seeing if they need anything, or if they need some sort of help or moral support, that's always a good thing. So try to keep that as a daily practice. So before I did this live, I didn't really know what I was going to say. I usually don't, but I actually found 10 people that had interacted with these very posts. One of them just kind of went crazy for a second. Yeah, so I reached out to 10 different people, and that's a daily practice that I do as well. So one of the things for me, anyway, it's not about me, but it's just me right now. And I'll go ahead and read. I see some people are making comments, but I've got to put on my glasses to look at that. So, waiting for that other phone now. One of the things for me is I worked for state government in a cubicle for 32 years and raised a family, and there's a certain mindset that you adopt. And I'm not putting anybody down for having steady work and steady jobs, security, and all of that. But it does something to you when you're working for somebody. You're working in a structure where you have to do certain things at a certain time. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and in order to do that, I retired early, not really early because of my age and everything, but didn't really make it to that monetary point that I wanted, so I wanted to do something else. So I got into real estate, and at first it wasn't as a realtor, it was an investor. I didn't like that. It's not me, because I'm not the kind of person that can, it just isn't me. It isn't me. It's kind of, it's a pushy salesman type of thing that doesn't fit. So as a realtor, I help people buying and selling and answering questions, and I get to go along for the ride because it's really fun when you buy a house. It's really exciting and it's amazing, and a lot of you who are watching are my friends that are also realtors, so you know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you, but basically you need to put yourself out there and let the world know that you are you're a decent person, and if they gel with you, how are they going to get to know you? Well, we have technology now. We have social media. So it's a great tool, and I just try to, make myself known. Otherwise, I'm sitting in that cubicle still. Who's gonna notice you? So sometimes in order to help other people, you've got to expose yourself to the world, and that's what that's all about. So when I reach out and I talk to people, it's authentic, it's genuine, it's just to say hi and how you doing. Need a realtor? No, I'm just kidding. Eventually, it all works out, like everything. Who do you know? How many people do you know in your family or your friends that are artists or musicians, or people refer people to other people? That's what networking is about. If you're in technology, in the job world, everywhere, it's always a good thing to communicate, and a lot of people are afraid to do that, including myself. It's not really one of my favorite things to do. I'm sitting here sort of feeling like I'm talking to myself, but I know that you're there because I've been doing this since August. And it works, I think, putting it out there to the universe, like I say. So, and then sometimes I'll bring my husband on because he's pretty hilarious, and but not always. I'm sorry to disappoint those of you who were waiting. He's taking a break tonight. So anyway, I like to come on here every day, like I said, and ask you if you've taken control of your day, and if you haven't, why not? And if you are feeling down, if you're having some troubles, do you know somebody that you could reach out to? Because that always helps. Are you staying away from the negativity? Because, there's one thing about being informed, but then once you find yourself at an anxiety level, maybe you shouldn't be. Maybe you should be just stay neutral, right? So anytime you post something or rant about something on social media that's kind of on the negative, opinionated side, you can almost guarantee someone's going to come at you and be rawr, rawr, rawr. And that's just not something I'm willing to do. Nope, not a fighter. Not into it at all. It's not positive. Too many awesome things to do and enjoy and help other people with. And that's the way the world's going to get better, is if people are cool to each other and they work together and we build on that, right? So if you haven't taken control of your day, you should. And it just starts with right here. And if you want to improve your life, you got to put in the work. And it's not just manual labor. It's mental. It's patience. And it's just, sitting back and kind of observing yourself primarily, Sometimes if you lash out, if you say something or whatever, it's too late. It's already done. But you can certainly just chill out and figure out a way to just, behave. So take control of your day and help somebody else out who might be struggling, and especially help yourself in that way. So let's see who's on here. Hey Tina, hey Linda, hi Lucy, hi Heather, miss you, hi Wanda, well I miss all of you. Hey Ty, hey Debbie, how you doing? I'm gonna have to get back in touch with everybody that I miss, which I really appreciate you watching, and hopefully you will have an amazing Saturday evening. And if you're on another part of the world, which somebody is over here, I hope your Sunday is awesome, and make it a great day and week, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. All right, take care.